Hey, what's up, everyone? It's another vlog. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hope that everyone is doing well today and having a great start to the new year. This is it's episode 32 of Breaking Chains, Escaping Stockholm Syndrome, My Life with Social Anxiety. It is 3:56 p.m. Saturday, January the 6th, 2018. 3:56 p.m. Saturday, January 6th, 2018. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may everyone have a great life. Why limit it to just a year, right? Everyone should have a great life. Alright? So let's see. Between my last entry and this entry, Christmas has passed and New Year's has passed. Alright? And for Christmas, I kept to myself as I usually do. I stood home. My mom went out and she didn't come back late, so I got to spend some time with her. Her birthday gift to Christmas gift to me was it's a Samsung Galaxy Note 8, and it's a good phone. It's not bad. I'm not a techie, I'm not into gadgets, so I can't tell you much about it. I know that it has slow motion on the camera and different kinds of effects. Not really effects like sepia and black and white, at least not that I have seen yet. But it's not bad. I'm not a tech guy, so I can't really tell you too much about it. But it's a good phone. Let's see, I've spoken with my martial arts instructor here and there, and spoken with some of my friends here and there. But for 2018, I have some things that I like to do. I missed my appointment because I had that trouble with going to sleep at a good time and waking up at a good time. Lately, I've been going to sleep between, I'll say, 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. and waking up between 5 and 8 a.m. So I'm at least getting up in the morning and getting some sleep at night. I did take some sleeping pills here and there, really melatonin pills, but there's more to stuff. My vlogs are never really impressive. So aside from that, what else have I done? Much the same. Don't really go out much. Don't really want to. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I missed my appointment. I don't know if I would have gone anyway. If I would have gotten up early, I don't know if I would have gone because, like I said, that girl is no longer here. She didn't text me. She didn't call me for Christmas or New Year's. She's completely moved on with her life. I'm a non-factor to her. I have to move on with my life. I don't really want to, but I have to. And if I'm going to seek therapy, I need to really do it for me. And yeah, it's true what they say. There's never really a perfect time. But something like that I should do for myself. And maybe it would have been good for me to go, even if it was to show her that I'm serious about it. At least I got the help. But she's not here. So if I am going to do it, there's no rush really at this point because there's no one to show that I can take it seriously. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I don't have money for my martial arts classes. My ex-girlfriend, not that girl, a different girl. We had been broken up for some time. The last time that she and I spoke with one another was February 2017. So it's approaching a year since I've last spoken with her. And from then until September, she would call me or text me. And from September until now, I should say from October until now, she has not called or texted. I doubt that she has sent me any emails. And you might think that's great, right? She moved on, so it's easier, right? Well, actually, no, because even though she and I may have had a rocky relationship, It's one of those things where I didn't really want to move on. I didn't really want to leave, excuse me. It's more that I had to leave. And when you have to leave, when you don't want to leave, it hurts a little more. And I still think about her from time to time. And her being with other men bothers me. It's not so much that I hated her, but I had to leave. And I won't get into too many details because I don't like to put my personal life out there. But it was abusive. And she would say things that she should not have said. She made threats of physical violence against me. She had other men when she shouldn't have had other men. She lied to me. She snuck around. She disappeared for 13, 14 hours and I would barely hear from her. Then when I have some insecurity, I get yelled at because I'm insecure and I don't trust her. Meanwhile, she's telling me that there aren't any other guys over there, and come to find out that there's been guys there the whole time. She's going all day without texting me. She's going all day without calling me. Maybe once in a while, a text or a message here and there, or a call. You have to be realistic. If you have someone waiting for you, and you go all day into the night not talking to them or texting to them because you're hanging out with your friends, and you tell them that there aren't any guys there, and yet there are guys there, you can't get upset when they become insecure and they don't trust you. And before you chime in and say you should just trust your girlfriend, understand that it's difficult to trust someone who's lied to you. Understand that it's difficult to trust someone who has fooled around with other guys when they shouldn't have. Understand that it's difficult to trust someone who becomes so comfortable with people that they're okay with doing favors for them. So there's more to it than you know. But when you look at it in context, I shouldn't have even been with her for that long. And it still kind of hurts that I'm not with her. This February will make a year since I have last spoken with her. And I can't tell you that it has not been tempting here and there to pick up the phone and call or to text. I can't tell you that it has not been tempting here and there, if she were to call or text, to respond. I haven't responded to her texts. I haven't picked up her calls. I haven't returned her calls. And I'm not trying to play it tough. I've just told you that it's hurtful. But I had to leave. I didn't necessarily want to leave. She did things that no one in a relationship should have done. And once you start talking about physically abusing people and wanting to hit them, you have to leave. And that person has to leave. You have to leave from that person, excuse me. And I put up with that for a very long time. And I'm sure that I have had my faults. I'm sure that I have started fights. I'm sure that I have given attitudes. But one thing, I've never cheated on her. I've never laid my hands on her. I put her first, and I did my best to take care of her. And other facets of my life suffered a bit. My bank account suffered a bit. Things that had to do with school suffered a bit. Meanwhile, she's getting all of this money from me and hanging out with her friends for 12 hours a day and going to movies with her sister and going to Kmart and Walmart with her family and going to her grandmother's house, spending all of this time everywhere else, but then I get yelled at when I have my feelings. People don't respect men. People don't respect men with how they feel about relationships. People don't respect men with how they feel about love. A man is just supposed to sit there and take it. A woman can threaten to hit a man and he's supposed to sit there and take it. If a woman hits a man, he's not supposed to hit her back. If a woman cheats on a man, people blame the man. It's good for you. Learn how to please your woman. It could be something completely opposite. And even if he doesn't know how to sexually satisfy her, that's not a reason for cheating on someone. Because that person has to go their whole life with that insecurity, that self-doubt, that pain, and that lack of trust in somebody. Cheating on someone just one time can ruin their entire life. And then if you do it to them over and over and over, what do you expect? How can you get mad at the person for not being able to trust you? You know, I almost have to get myself angry to be okay with not talking to her. Because you don't spend so long with someone if you don't have plans of making a life with them. And in my last video where I gave you a bit of an update on my life and why I am where I am, blah, 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 you know that video. I believe it's the one right before this one. I told you that things between her and I were rocky, and then what happened with the other girl who unfortunately passed away, and then what happened with the young lady from the summer who left me in September. That's 3 serious losses in one way or the other. 3 serious hits to the heart in 2 years or so. How much more can a person take? And yes, that young lady is still here with me in spirit, but her family doesn't even text me anymore. It's been a long time since her mom texted me, and I would love for her to just text me so that way I can get some more pictures of her. I know that she's still here with me in spirit, but texting her mom was the last physical connection that I had with her here in the Earth Realm. Yeah, I know, make a joke, Earth Realm, Mortal Kombat. But not having her mom text me anymore really hurts because I can no longer receive any more pictures of her. I don't have that physical connection with someone like her anymore. I don't have that link to her. She's still here with me in spirit, but I wish that I had someone, at least like her mom, to talk to me here and there, so that way I can still have a link to her, in that physical sense. You understand what I mean? Yeah, I hope that you guys understand what I mean by that. She's still here with me in spirit. I think about her every day. I look at her pictures every day. But if I can just have someone who knew her that I can talk to and just share experiences and memories and get pictures. Man, this has been a rough few years for me. She's still here with me in spirit. She understands. As far as my ex, you might think that it's great. Someone who mistreated you that way, it's wonderful for them to move on. Lucky you. They don't text you anymore. They didn't call you anymore. I used to get a little bit of a feeling in my chest when she called or texted. Sometimes it made me feel good to know that she still loved me. Sometimes it feels good to have someone chase you. Sometimes it feels good to have someone still think about you. And as far as her moving on or being with other men, why would I want someone to stop loving me? Do you understand? Why would I want someone to no longer think about me and no longer care for me? Sometimes it's not about moving on. Sometimes it's you just like having people love you. And why do I want someone to stop loving me? But maybe that's selfish. Maybe that's selfish of me. If I'm not with her and she isn't with me, she shouldn't be loving me, right? I guess that's the point. Don't love someone that you can't be with? I don't know. But anyway, it's just one of those things. And I could go on and on about that, but I think that you get the point. It's going to be a year since I have last spoken with her. And I don't know if that's going to be easy. And I don't know when I'll stop thinking about her. But I can't be with someone that threatens to hit me. And I can't be with someone who runs around with other men and lies. And for those of you that say, it's just threats, it's not that bad. No, it is, because you were not there. She would tell me that she feels like hitting me, but that I should be grateful that she doesn't hit me. She would tell me that she really wants to. She wants to hurt me, but that I should be grateful that she doesn't. There's danger. There's danger in that. It would only be a matter of time before she did hit me. And I'm supposed to sit there and allow someone to physically abuse me? I don't deserve safety. I don't deserve to have comfort. I don't deserve to be respected and treated and appreciated with kindness. Treated with kindness and appreciated. Why is it that men are supposed to be punching bags? Why are we expected to just deal with the absolute worst and don't cry about it? Why is it that women have this attitude, if you can't accept me at my worst, you don't accept me at my best? But if a guy has that mindset, if you can't accept me without a job, you don't accept me broke. If a guy had the mindset, if you can't accept me when I'm broke, you don't deserve me when I'm rich. How would it work that way? You know what I mean? Women make fun of men who are broke. Women make fun of men who live at home with their parents. Women make fun of men who don't have a job or a car. Meanwhile, those same women who are making fun of those men are living with family. Those same women who are making fun of those men don't have a car. Those same women who are making fun of those men don't have a job. Men are expected to be everything and then some. Meanwhile, women oftentimes have this attitude, you need to impress me for me to even just look at you. And if I'm nasty, deal with it. That comes with being a woman. And if I have an attitude, just deal with it. What are you, weak? You're a coward? And if I hit you, deal with it. You can't hit me back. What are you, a punk? You don't hit women. But it's okay for me to hit you. A lot of women have that attitude. Why? Women will have a list of 30 different things in what they want a guy to have. And what is it they bring to the table? For celebrations like Valentine's Day and anniversaries, a man is expected to pull out all of the stops. And what does a woman give a man? Sex. Something that he should probably be already doing with her if they're in a relationship. She doesn't put any creativity into getting him a gift, a watch, putting dinner on the table. He's expected to make a reservation at a restaurant, dress nicely, have good cologne, take her to a show, flowers, candy, teddy bears, nice hotel, night out on the town. He's expected to pull out all of the stops. Meanwhile, all that a woman does is give him some sex, something that they'd be doing anyway in a relationship. And yeah, this doesn't apply to all women. You always have to put that disclaimer because there's always those fringe people. Well, that doesn't apply to me. Then I'm not talking to you. It doesn't apply to you. The world does not revolve around you. There's other people who fit the description. I just don't get it, man. If a guy is under 6 feet, he's not good enough. But if a woman is over 200 pounds, she's beautiful. A woman can make fun of a guy who's short, and it's okay. But if a man asks a woman how much she weighs, he's a shallow pig. Why is so many double standards? How is there ever going to be equality like this? Anyway, I can go on and on and on and on. This video is already 16 minutes and 56 seconds, 57, 58, 59, 17 minutes. As far as other things that have taken place in the past few days, I've noticed some things on YouTube. I'm not going to mention anybody's name. I'm not interested in feeding off of drama. My commentary is more about the commentary surrounding the person. But there was a person who went to another country and disrespected someone who committed suicide. Now you draw your own conclusions. And then surrounding that event, there were multiple YouTubers condemning this person and moral grandstanding. And the problem that I have with that is people like this individual who went to that country, they're helping to keep YouTube alive. Without people like him who bring in the tens of millions of views, YouTube may have gone the way of MySpace. People like him and these hype beast people, these savage people, no matter how silly and dumb their content is, they're keeping the website alive. They're keeping it afloat. There's only but so many get ready with me videos a website can have. There's only but so many mukbang videos a website can have. There's only but so many everyday beauty hacks a website can have. There's only but so many hauls and unboxings that a website can have. Yes, I'm including myself in that. There's only but so many daily vlogs that a website can have. There are thousands upon thousands of people all doing the same exact thing. No one is really proprietary anymore. No one is really unique. For every one Vsauce, we have 1 million gamers. For every one Nerdist with Kyle Hill, we have 10,000 pranks. It's just a joke, bro. Just a prank, bro. For every one Rob Dyke, we have 100,000 vlogs. YouTube is not as creative as it used to be anymore. And there is a gross problem with overinflated sense of importance. Way too many people are condemning him, and I'm like telling myself, if it weren't for people like him bringing in so much money to the site, where would you be without YouTube yourself? You can't condemn him. It would be like talking about capitalism while you stuff your face with McDonald's. It would be like talking about capitalism while you go and get yourself a Canada Goose coat. knowing how evil that is. You can't talk about someone that is helping to create the environment that you succeed in. It would be like talking about the military-industrial complex, but yet when you have a toothache, you run towards your Vicodin, your morphine. And if you don't understand that reference, the U.S. military is guarding opium fields in Afghanistan. Where do you think these opiates come from? You can't talk about people like these hype beast individuals or these savage individuals without looking realistically at how they help to keep the website alive, and this website helps to keep you wealthy. Some of these people are making 6 figures a month. Some of these people are becoming multi-millionaires and buying mansions. And if you look at their content, what are they doing? Nothing unique or proprietary. Mukbangs, get ready with me, skits, beauty hacks, makeup tutorials. There's nothing really proprietary about them. Ray William Johnson's channel may have taken a dip, but at least at the time, he was a bit unique. Rob Dyke is unique. Vsauce is unique. Nerdist with Kyle Hill is unique. The Physics Girl is unique. These are people that deserve more views because they have actual quality content. But who are the ones that become famous? It's the same thing that you see in reality TV. Nonsense drama, BS, garbage TV. YouTube is kind of like Hollywood for people who aren't talented enough to make it in Hollywood. And these people, they just need to stop and realize that this website would have deflated like MySpace did if it were not for this second generation of YouTubers. YouTube is about 11 years old. This particular individual who went to this other country is 22. Some YouTubers have been on the site for 10 years. That's about half this person's life. And they haven't seen half as many of his views. And just one of his videos has more views than their entire channel's lifetime views. You have to be realistic and understand that these kinds of people, whether they're redundant and dumb and silly or not, bring in so much money to the website. They boost the website, they keep the website afloat, and they help to keep your career afloat. You can't throw stones. And then I watched another video of someone else calling like these YouTubers who just spread gossip, calling them talentless. And then I went to that individual's channel who called those people talentless, and he has, guess what? Pranks, parodies, because that's so much talent, right? That's so proprietary and so genius. The Steven Spielberg of YouTube. You can't make fun of these people. What have you done in the real world? Have you built a business? Are you a restaurateur? Are you an engineer, a physicist, a lawyer, a doctor? Are you a teacher? Are you anything like that? All of these YouTubers, like it or not, are all the same. You all benefit from the same platform, and that platform is kept afloat by the people that you look down on. You can't afford to throw stones if you make money off of YouTube. Whether it's money from networks or money from merchandise or money from views, if you use YouTube as a life, if you use YouTube to make money, you can't throw stones, because the website would probably have deflated if it weren't for these people and their tens of millions of views on one video. And then there was another person in that video who said, people shouldn't be telling you how you pay your bills, you know. Okay, well, how far are we going to take that? Where do we draw the line? Because if that's the case, no one should go to jail for prostitution. If that's the case, no one should go to jail for sex trafficking. If that's the case, why are any hitmen in jail? If that's the case, why are drug dealers in jail? If that's the case, why is embezzling a crime? If that's the case, why is it illegal to buy stolen goods? You know what I mean? Someone is making money by selling a stolen good. We have to draw the line. We can't just say, at least they're paying their bills. Who are you to tell me how to pay my bills? No, we live in a civilized society. We should tell one another how they pay their bills. If they're doing something wrong or immoral or flaky or talentless, we should, as a society, have a higher standard of living. You don't get to run around playing video games for 12 hours a day and then feel like, well, who are you to tell me how to pay my bills? You never hear important people saying that. You know what I mean? To my knowledge, Bill Gates has never said anything like that. Steve Jobs has never said anything like that. Michio Kaku has never said anything like that. Brian Greene, Neil deGrasse Tyson have never said anything like that. The people who do say things like that are gamers, strippers, sex workers. You understand? It's almost like they're silently apologizing. Well, at least we're paying our bills. Who are you to tell somebody how to pay their bills? Are you really contributing to society? Are you an entrepreneur? Selling t-shirts on Teespring off of YouTube is not being an entrepreneur. Really look at the kinds of people who say these things, and they're not exactly society's best. And it just upsets me that so much hypocrisy and entitlement is going around, and someone needs to check them. Now, I notice how I don't use any of their names, and I don't use any of their names in the tags for the video, and I don't use any of their names in the title. Why? Because I don't want to feed into it and contribute to it. But the point remains, no YouTuber who's making money off of YouTube can throw stones at this individual who went to the other country. And yes, as a society, we should say what you can and cannot do and how you pay your bills. Because imagine how crazy things would be if things are already bad. People already break the law. People already do immoral things. How many times can we justify it by saying, well, at least they're paying their bills? So yeah, how far does it go? People who do pit bull fights are paying their bills, but that's wrong. Where do we draw the line between moral civility and, well, at least they're paying their bills? I could keep going on and on. You know, one of the things in that same video, the other guy who called those people talentless, the video was about YouTubers acting like detectives. And he was trying to say that how is a YouTuber who monetized the video any different than a news station? Why is it okay for... Why do YouTubers get called out and be called sellouts, quote-unquote sellouts, for reporting on a tragic crime and monetizing it? But newscasters do the same thing. Well, no, they're not doing the same thing. Well, number one, you're just a random guy on YouTube. The newscaster is most likely a college-educated professional journalist, and that station has connections to the sergeant that was on the crime scene, or the firefighter that was at the firehouse, a house fire, who can tell you if whether or not it was arson or if it was accidental. They can talk to the witnesses directly. They can talk to the victim directly. You clearly don't see a difference between some guy on YouTube and an actual professional journalist on TV with more connections. Of course there's a difference. If I talk about a crime, I'm probably getting information from third-party people. Whereas a news station that's getting the information from witnesses, from the victim, from the professionals and the first responders. Do you see the difference? There's a clear difference. How are you in the same category as a professional journalist? It's just this sense of entitlement and self-importance on YouTube is really getting to me. And I'm a nobody on YouTube. And I'm kind of glad that I'm a nobody, because I don't want to become one of those people who almost has to fake it for the camera. I don't know if I would be able to look myself in the mirror with any pride if I became someone who almost has to do things that I'm against just for a view. I upload infrequently when I feel like it. I don't show my face because it's not important to. I don't know how I would ever be if I were a professional YouTuber. I was in college, and I plan to go back to college, and I want to start businesses off of YouTube. I don't plan to have YouTube be my main source of bread and butter. Nobody can throw stones. You can't. You're all making money off of YouTube. Some of you guys are becoming wealthy. Some of you guys are buying houses, starting families with YouTube money. You can't afford to throw stones at other people. And to those people who think, well, at least I'm paying my bills, where do you draw the line? How far can we go and keep justifying it with at least I pay my bills? You need to be realistic. You're not a journalist. You're not on the same level as a newscaster, a professional college-educated journalist with eyewitnesses and testimonies and access to first responders who are at the scene. Really, people need to just get over themselves and check that entitlement. It's very unbecoming. Now, this giant 29-minute 50-second vlog needs to come to an end. But to the one person that's going to watch this, I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. To my 3 subscribers, I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. To anyone else, I don't know when I'm going to upload again. I don't really have an exciting life. But Happy New Year. Let's make the best of our lives. And thank you for listening.